For more, Joe Concha, Fox News contributor, columnist for The Hill. He recently wrote this: unhinged Texas Dems lose optics battle with feeble filibuster. Pretty good there. That topic in a moment. First, on social media, what do you think's happening here?
I think there's several things happening here, guys, and it's good to see the band back together, by the way.
Thank you.
I haven't seen this in a couple months. Yeah, you've been down this road before. Look, it appears the president doesn't understand how much vaccine hesitancy he created by wearing masks for months after being vaccinated. That included on Zoom calls with world leaders or while walking outside alone. It sent the exact opposite message around the vaccine being effective, and it has been highly effective when you look at the numbers, obviously. And Democrats and many in media only seem in general to raise and diminish concerns about COVID when it's convenient for them. Remember last summer, we were told to stay home, right? And to wear masks and to socially distance. Until it was time to attend mass protests in the name of social justice and police reform, then it was perfectly fine because we were told the cause is bigger than the virus. So in these cases, it seems that the president is trying to scapegoat, and many have accused him of this, Facebook for him not getting to his own vaccine goal of 70% of the country by July 4th. And if you think that people that were against the vaccine were somehow swayed by something they read on social media and they were about to go get the vaccine, but then Facebook maybe convinced them not to, a story that was on there or something that somebody said on there, that's not true. Because when you look at vaccine rates for people for the flu vaccine, for example, not even half the country gets the flu vaccine. Some people just have a problem with putting vaccines in their body. I didn't. I got the COVID vaccine. I get my kids the flu vaccine. I get the flu vaccine. That's my choice. But other people have different choices in these situations. And to try to shame individuals into getting this vaccine, it's the wrong kind of messaging, and it's just not going to be effective.
Yeah, Ted Cruz sounded off on one of the Sunday shows over the weekend. Listen.
As her press conference strengthened President Trump's lawsuit against big tech, it makes clear that everything we thought about the Biden administration, about their willingness to trample on free speech, to trample on the Constitution, to use government power to silence you, everything we feared they might do, they are doing, and worse.
Sort of a dire warning there by the senator, Joe.
Well, it may sound hyperbolic, but it's really not when you think about it. When you have the government, an administration, a presidential administration working with a private company, a powerful one, maybe the most powerful communications platform in the world, in determining what is misinformation and what isn't. And when Ted Cruz just said he was talking about White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who declared that those putting misinformation on social media should be banned across all platforms if banned by one. This is the same Jen Psaki who posted misinformation about Russian bounties on U.S. troops. That's when she was with CNN before she joined the Biden administration. This was back in 2020. She may not have been with CNN at that point, but she still was working with the Biden administration. She called that misinformation, called it a dubious report factual, and that was debunked. She also said that Hunter Biden's laptop, that was the product of Russian disinformation. That was another tweet. So based on Jen Psaki's own rules, she should have been banned from social media because she was posting misinformation. So for the White House to try to determine what is misinformation and what isn't, their track record and Facebook's track record in terms of fact-checking ain't too good, guys.
Well, in the meantime, Joe, I want to tell you the story you wrote about last week. And here we have from the New York Post. This is Rich on screen. Imagine if 3 Republican lawmakers who fled a state flying maskless in a private jet rather than vote on a bill they didn't like caught COVID. And they met a Republican vice president who then refused to even be tested for the virus. The media would lose their minds. Now, we don't know why the vice president went to Walter Reed on Sunday. We'll get more information, I guess, when they're ready to tell us or when it's appropriate. But that is Rich. If you turn it around and insert Republicans instead of Democrats, wow, what would happen there?
Wow. And I looked at the pages of Washington Post, New York Times, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, all this morning. There isn't one story about the vice president going to Walter Reed. And everybody watching at home, ask yourself this. Have you ever gone for a routine checkup to your doctor on a Sunday? Congratulations to one person that raised their hand out of there of the million people watching. And don't expect Ms. Harris, by the way, who is the least transparent vice president we've seen in some time, to hold a press conference on this, because despite all these responsibilities that she's been given, most notably at the border, she has not held one formal press conference in 341 days since being chosen as Joe Biden's running mate. You remember last year, Mike Pence held dozens of press conferences when he was leading the coronavirus task force. So, look, this isn't coverage at this point. It's providing cover, and it's not the least bit surprising, Bill and Sandra.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe, thank you.
I hope she's okay, certainly, and we'll get more information hopefully today.